They sold her the dry farm for $5,500, then a hidden spring made her rich. The old farm had been abandoned for years. Its cracked soil stretched as far as the eye could see, with not a single healthy crop growing on it. The fences leaned sideways, the barn roof had collapsed, and everyone in the nearby town agreed on one thing: the land is cursed. When 30-year-old Joy Mitchell heard the farm was for sale for just $5,500, she surprised everyone by buying it. "You've wasted your money," one neighbor laughed. "Nothing has ever grown there," another added. Joy smiled quietly. "I don't need perfect land," she replied. "I just need a chance." She had spent every dollar she had saved after working long shifts cleaning offices in the city. This farm wasn't just land, it was hope. Before we continue, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment telling us where you're watching from. Now let's continue. The first few weeks were heartbreaking. Joy planted vegetables, but they dried up before they could grow. She carried buckets of water from miles away every single day until her shoulders ached. Some evenings she cried alone beside the broken barn, wondering if everyone had been right. Still, every morning she woke before sunrise. She repaired old fences with recycled wood. She cleaned the abandoned fields, one stone at a time. The townspeople continued laughing whenever they drove past. "She's too stubborn to quit." Little did they know, the biggest surprise was still buried beneath her feet. One afternoon, Joy noticed something unusual. Near an old oak tree, a small patch of grass stayed green, even during the hottest days. It made no sense. Everything around it was dry. Curious, she grabbed a shovel and began digging. A few inches down, the soil became cool and damp. She dug deeper. Suddenly, water began seeping through the ground. Her heart raced. She kept digging until a clear stream burst from beneath the earth. A hidden underground spring had been trapped beneath layers of rock for decades. Joy fell to her knees with tears in her eyes. The farm had never been cursed. It had simply been waiting for someone who refused to give up. Joy worked day and night to protect the spring. With help from a local engineer, she built simple channels that carried fresh water across the fields. Within weeks, green shoots appeared. Tomatoes, peppers, corn, beans. The once dead farm slowly transformed into a sea of life. People driving by could hardly believe their eyes. "Is that the same farm?" The neighbors who had mocked her now stopped outside the gate just to stare. Months later, Joy harvested more vegetables than she had ever imagined. The fresh produce was sweeter because of the clean spring water. Restaurants from nearby towns started placing orders. Local grocery stores wanted weekly deliveries. Soon, farmers visited just to learn how she had turned abandoned land into one of the healthiest farms in the region. Joy never bragged. She simply smiled and said, "Sometimes the greatest treasure is hidden where everyone else has stopped looking." An elderly man named Mr. Howard visited the farm one afternoon. As he looked at the flowing spring, his eyes filled with memories. "I remember this place," he said softly. "When I was a little boy, this spring flowed freely." Joy listened closely. Mr. Howard explained that many years earlier, a powerful storm had caused a landslide that buried the spring beneath rocks and soil. The owners believed the water had disappeared forever. Unable to keep farming, they eventually sold the land. Generation after generation accepted the story that the farm was useless. No one ever searched for the real reason. Joy realized that the farm had never lost its gift, it had simply been hidden. News about Joy's remarkable farm spread quickly. Journalists came to interview her. Agricultural experts wanted to study the spring. Even the previous owner returned. Standing quietly near the entrance, he admitted, "I sold this place because I thought it had no future." Joy smiled kindly. Sometimes hope is buried deeper than we expect. Her story inspired struggling farmers across the country to look more carefully before giving up on their own land. Instead of keeping her success to herself, Joy opened her farm to young people who dreamed of becoming farmers. She taught them about irrigation, soil care, patience, and perseverance. She reminded them that every challenge deserves curiosity before judgment. The hidden spring watered more than crops. It watered dreams. Many of her students later started successful farms of their own, carrying her lessons into new communities. 5 years later, the once-forgotten property had become one of the most productive farms in the region. Fruit trees lined the fields, vegetable gardens stretched across the land, wildflowers bloomed around the restored spring. The old barn had been rebuilt into a beautiful farm store where families gathered every weekend. Visitors often asked Joy what had made the biggest difference. She always pointed toward the flowing water and said, "It wasn't luck. It was refusing to stop searching." As the sun set over the flourishing fields, Joy stood beside the spring that had changed her life. The same neighbors who once laughed now admired what determination had accomplished. The farm they had called worthless had become a symbol of hope. Joy often thought about the day she bought the land for $5,500. People believed she had made the worst decision of her life. Instead, it became the best. Sometimes, life's greatest blessings are hidden beneath disappointment, waiting for someone brave enough to keep digging. If this story touched your heart, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs a little hope today, and subscribe for more inspiring farm stories. Until next time, keep believing that every challenge may be hiding a miracle.